And South African businesses are encouraged to comply with new codes of good practice. And this can help speed up transformation and black economic empowerment in the country. Well, Collen Lemawane caught up with Minister of Small Business Development, Lindiwe Zulu, on the sidelines of the Future of Empowerment conference in Johannesburg. And she says the codes will affect small business in an economy that needs to grow in spite of legislation and compliance.
It's in the enterprise supply development, and as you are aware, I'm sure everyone is aware that this is the key for small and medium enterprises, because what is important for small businesses is about supplying whatever they are supposed to be supplying to clients, whether their client is government, whether their client is private sector, and that is what is important. And I think for our Department of Small Business Development, we would like to engage as far as wide as possible. And of course, we are working together with the Department of Trade and Industry, because the custodian for BBBE and B in general is the Department of Trade and Industry, even though, of course, it has an impact on a number of departments.
There are other unethical practices such as fronting and transfer of skills and ownership of these businesses done in a very, very shady way. What is the government going to do to actually make sure that this practice stops?
Well, let's start from the fact that South Africa in general and the current South African government was actually pushed into a situation of developing black economic empowerment. Under normal circumstances, that shouldn't have been something that we were focused on. We should have been focused on radical economic transformation, where those that were previously disadvantaged are now able to take advantage of opportunities, of ensuring that the economy is spread across. But unfortunately for us, as way back as in 1994, when we came into government, it became very clear that without any legislation, without any intervention in as far as economic empowerment is concerned, it wasn't going to happen. So the government had to develop black economic empowerment programs and projects to make sure that the wealth of the country is being spread throughout.
How are these codes going to create an enabling environment so that there can be prudent policies that ensure that there are ethical practices within the business fraternity?
We are hoping that they will be able to alleviate these problems, but unfortunately for us, again, no matter how much you try to do, there are those that will still look for ways and means of escaping the inevitable. That is the transfer of economic power to black people. There are those that will always try and find a way of not complying to BEE. And what government is doing is ensuring that this system that we are putting in place is one that will protect the system that we have and make sure that people are compliant. The issue here is about compliance and mechanism for ensuring that the compliance is taking place.
Just very briefly now, some businesses have good business plans in place and there are, whether or not, funding problems, but some of them fail.
We are focused on developing interventions that are going to help, firstly, in creating the conducive environment through legislation and regulatory. And the second one is also ensuring that there is education, because, you know, without education, it really won't help. You can want to do your business as much as you possibly can. You need to have that education, which therefore puts into place also the skills development. And skills development is key in order for people to be able to manage their businesses. Thirdly, is about ensuring that there's financial and non-financial support to small and medium enterprises. But I think what is very important is that we've got a whole lot of other organizations that are really focused on supporting small and medium enterprises, and we have called upon them to come and partner with us and work with us, because we believe as a department it's not possible for us to be able to cover everybody. We want to make sure that those who are governmental and non-governmental organizations that can work with us in order to make sure that the interventions that we have are felt by everybody everywhere. I'm happy at the moment that we've got quite a number of them who are on board with us. We are partnering, signing memorandums of understanding so that then we can be able to assist each other.